I am logging on a little early, and if you want to start sketching today's painting, and if you want to show some support or sign up for the upcoming workshop, there's that. We're gonna get started just here, just a little shortly. I logged on a little early, just a few minutes. Bum, bum, bum. Gonna be using this Pentel mechanical pencil today. This mop brush by Escoda. And this Perla. Put in the comments if you know what this is. This is something that we're going to talk about in September's workshop, if you join us. And this Perla, which is very unique. All right, some of you are already logging on. Cool. We're going to get started here shortly. I'm a little early. We're going to review some of the wonderful things that we're going to do in September's Zoom workshop. So the first half of today, we're going to do some cool work on sketches as I'm preparing all that wonderful goodness. The upcoming workshop, we're doing some stuff that's rustic buildings, kind of apocalyptic, and how do we make things look old. We're doing some perspective, and I'm going to give you some new tools. I'm going to help you in your art making. And if you're watching this on the replay, welcome. My name is Gabriel Stockton, and we are doing Watercolor Wednesday. And we started this during the pandemic, and all of you keep showing up, so we keep showing up. So as long as you show up, I keep showing up, and it's a good time. Just grabbing a few extra things. We are almost ready. All right, welcome to Watercolor Wednesday. My name is Gabriel Stockton, and today we're going to talk about watercolor. And the reason why this is here is some of you might want to work and show up for the workshop that's coming up in September. And you can sign up today for as little as $165. The price goes up as we get closer to the workshop to $195. It is a lovely Saturday. We all hang out. We take a couple breaks. We break for lunch. And last time we did some wonderful lighthouses. Everybody walked away with 5 different lighthouse examples. And we're doing old buildings. Today's picture is thank you to Eric, who sent this one in. Eric, if you're here, hello. Happy to have you here. There's a few things that we're going to do a little different to this photo to make it look unique and rustic. I'm going to set that right here for just now. There's one thing I want to talk about, and there'll be an importance of sketching. How important is sketching in your daily practice? So, all of you know I like to do covered bridges. The workshop that's coming up, it's not covering covered bridges, but I'm going to use this example today just as a warm-up. And some of you, when you sit down at your studio space, you sit down to paint, maybe you've been working on a particular painting over a couple of weeks or a couple of days. I personally like to do a few sketches or paintings, small paintings, before I go back to the other project. So I'm thinking of this rustic looking building, and in this case we've got this covered bridge. I will be doing a project not too long with Cheap Joe's on the covered bridges, so hang on there. We soon will be painting covered bridges together. I just wanted to give you a little excitement. So look at that. Simple little building. Usually covered bridges are going over water. And there's usually like a little slope right here. And usually there's this little wonderful thing we drive through. And usually there's a shadow with some windows. And then we come over here, there's usually like a little gate. This is a wonderful little place I went to in Pennsylvania. Thank you to my good friend Lee Bueller, who took me to this little quaint little spot. It also reminds me of Eric Salone's sketch. And here we go. This is about it for what I'm gonna do. Hey, there's 5 of you on here, and let me know who's here. Welcome Debbie, and Cindy, and Marie, and Art Rossi. And Art Rossi, are you off to your cool adventure? And Paula, hello, welcome. So I have this lovely... Now, if there's... This is a little exercise I like to do. And did you see I just slurped some little water there? It's okay. I'm going to put a little sky coverage here. This would make a really nice gift. You know, sometimes we go off to parties and we didn't quite figure out what we might give for a gift for someone. Your wonderful little practice sketches, oh, people love, they adore actually, getting these little sketches. So there's my sky, and typically this is red right in here, and I'm just gonna paint that like so. See that? This isn't really paint by numbers. What we're doing is we're killing whitey. We're putting down this color and getting rid of the white of the paper, okay? So we go from there to this cool side of underneath. And there's this wall. Now if you want to kill Whitey with a little bit of yellow, you could bring some yellow. I might have had a little green in there. It's alright. And a little more blue. Now these are little sketches, so it's quite okay to go a little quick on these. Okay. I enjoy these little things because sometimes they pan out to be little nice little miniatures for competitions, and maybe a little paintings that you might end up doing for large paintings. A little shadow under there wouldn't hurt. I'm all done with this mop brush, and I'm gonna come over here with this perla. Get some olive and put a tree right here. Now this tree needs a little bit of more blue into it. There we go. I'm not freaking out about that red stuff on the roof because I've chosen a red that lives. Now if that was a staining red, yeah, you bet I would be all sad. Dun, dun, dun. Let's put a little tree over here. It's not a tree, it's just some visual communication that there's something on the other side of our building. And in this case, yes, it is. So I went from a big brush down to a small brush. I'll check the comments just here in just a few seconds. This is gonna be nice and dark in here. That's gonna be dark right there. And some real nice thick paint. I hope I'm still on camera. Right there. Look at that. These little quick sketches just get you building your confidence. Look at these little lovely marks. I could build that back up right there. More green here. More red there. Bop, bop, bop. Look at that. And some more blues. Actually, right under there is actually a shadow. From what I remember when I was there back in the earlier part of this year. Oh, wish I was there next month. Look at that. Boop, boop, boop. Making those noise effects really help. And I'm happy with that because today's earlier sketch. What's this guy? Seeing that? Oh, but what's missing? A nice dark right here. Look at that. Good job. I hope you were able to paint along with me on that one. We're going to do more of these things coming up next year for 2025 with Cheap Joe's Art Supplies. But let's move into what we're working on today. And what I want to talk about is middle ground, background, foreground. And so what we have here, friends, is we have a painting, right? So typically we have this white paper, right? And it can be very intimidating. And you're like, Gabriel, you know, every time I just look at a white piece of paper, it's just super intimidating. So the scene is a lovely mountain coming in like so. Then there's some mountains in the background. This comes here, and then there's a mountain here. There's a nice little zigzag, and then there's the star of my show. So what we have here, friends, is a foreground, a middle, and a background. Let's look at it if we were to look at this scene from the side. So if I have this panoramic, what I'm looking at is there's some mountains here, okay? And then there's a big mountain. Then there's a valley. Then there's a little hill. And there's a straightaway. And then here is my guy that's walking into the scene. So here is our background. Am I on camera? Oh yeah, we're good. All 10 of you are watching with 4 thumbs up. Right on. And then here is our middle ground. And here is our foreground. And thank you to Eric for supplying us with a photo today. This lovely little thing. Let's look at that in the same situation. So here again, I'll repeat my action, or my thought, or my thesis, or whatever you want to call it. So here we are. We have this lovely water here. We've got this building here. There's these hedges of trees. And then we've got some branches, okay? I'm not worried about the clouds just yet, okay? Let's look at it from the side. So right here in our foreground, we've got some trees. Right? See these? See these trees? Dun, dun, dun. All right. And then from there, we've got a lake. Okay, because we don't see any ground right here. There's just the lake. So here we are. It's usually in thirds. And then we have our grove of our trees, right? And then we have this little plot of land and our building. I'm not worried about the reflection right now. So you're standing here. This is your eyeball. Okay. And you're looking. Oh boy, I know I could draw a better eyeball than that. So you're looking this way at this photo foreground, mid, ground, and background. Why am I spending time to do this, friends? All 11 of you that are watching. I'm spending time to do this so when I paint this, when I paint the background, I'm thinking this area. I paint the middle ground, I'm thinking this area. When I'm painting the foreground, and then this part of, this is like A part of the foreground and then B part. So I paint this water first because I've already painted the sky. The sky is drying and curing, and then I paint those trees, okay? Now, the main question, and this is what we'll dive into, okay? So again, this is like onboarding for the workshop for September. It's the first Saturday. Actually, it's not the first Saturday. It's the second Saturday of September. And this is my PayPal, and it's $165. I'll write that down. $165 if you join today on PayPal. Okay? And the email for that is Gabriel Stockton 7 at gmail.com. The price will go up, okay? It goes up to $195. I'm doing this special for all of you today. So what we're gonna do next is paint this as a background, a middle ground, and a foreground. As an artist, and I'm working with a few mentees right now. Some of you know who you are. I'm seeing how can I explain this thing to you, and I can explain it more if I get some time with you. I only have an hour with you today. So the next part to this wonderful, beautiful thing of watercolor is painting it through. And on a side note, do you know how to tear your paper? This is how I tear my paper. This is Kilimanjaro 140 pounds. Cold press, and I hold this like that and I tear. That easy. Oh my goodness. Check it out. So I'm gonna tape this down. We're gonna dive into today's painting. I hope you're all having a really good week. My week was super blessed. I've been teaching at 2 physical locations, and I've had some wonderful opportunities to go paint some new subjects, which are horses. I don't feel super confident yet to teach it. Horses are very, very complicated, but it's part of my childhood. I think I ran from this, and I guess I'm embracing some things that I kind of just grew up around, and it's just that whole artist journey. Like when you are wondering what to paint next, you kind of dive deeper. All right, so again, thank you for Eric Kane for sending in this picture today. If I were to look at this, it is a low horizon painting. first of all, the painting is a horizon. It's a horizontal painting. It's not a vertical. So, like for instance, on the back, when I say a low horizon, this is my horizon. This whole part is above land, and this part is below land. Right here is where some beginning artists or watercolors go wrong. They put it right down the center. Okay, so this particular design is here. If this was a painting that was a high horizon, guess what? It would be like that. I know, look. When someone showed me this too, I was just like, what? Are you kidding me? What if there's like a little star of the show right over there? Right on the access point. Could be a little house in this case. Guess what? Alright, so here we are. Hopefully you can see that. So I've got out my mechanical pencil because I'm uber lazy. I just don't sharpen pencils. A low horizon looks like this. But if we look at Eric's lovely picture, it goes back tapered. So this is the deepest part. So this part is right here. See that? And then it comes over like this and out like so. Then this comes back, but our thing comes this way and then out like this. So here's the furthest part of the water, but look, right here is our building. So there's some land right here. Okay. I don't mean to like beat a dead horse, but this helped me seeing this side view. So check it out. Look at I don't know what kind of camera Eric was using that day, but this is not gonna work in our painting. This angle. The angle of the building like this. So we're gonna put our lovely little building right here. Like this. Okay. Then we got some mountains back there, right? We got some little groves of trees. It's very important that you spend some time and look at the shape of these trees. This is it. This is all I'm gonna do for the drawing. Why? Because this is the vertical. Okay. This is the background. This is the middle ground. And this is the foreground. Okay. I'm not gonna spend time and draw all these branches. I'm gonna just paint those. Okay. I'm not gonna draw in these clouds. I'm gonna do a painting. Hopefully I do a painting that allows some wonderful, beautiful artistry. If you want to paint exactly that photo, that's a thing called paint by numbers. That's not what I do here. It's Watercolor Wednesday. I'm here teaching you how to do some paintings. there is a reflection that's going to be here, but I'd much rather paint it than draw it. Next thing is, all of you that have been here on the channel, I like to take this. See, this is like uber dirty right now. So the reason why they call it a kneaded eraser is in order to get it nice and clean and manageable, you knead it, okay? And then I'm gonna roll it out. Who would like to join us for the Zoom workshop? Let me know. I'm curious, because I want to make sure you get the information in your email. And if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, this is my email, or you can go to GabrielStocktonFineArt.com and sign up for it. So hopefully you all are getting your emails and newsletters. If you're not, let me know. I'd much rather... They're very informal emails and newsletters, because some people just like to send pictures like, hey, this is my recent new cool painting, and that could be very, very boring. I don't necessarily feel inspired just seeing your next new painting. I much rather know how to like fix some problems. So here's the key. If you can get a few of these in hand, so like these are Viva Select. If you have a Target nearby, these are the Vivas, but they're the Viva Select. And I'd much rather just get the family pack. That way the whole family can use them. And they're great for if someone spills something. Check this out. So if I paint this, and I'm being silly, but if I kill Whitey, and I put in this blue, and I know some of you are like, kill Whitey, haha, very funny. But my point is you've got to get rid of the white of the paper, okay? Now with just some water, now that I have these, guess what? I can get my clouds. There's one cloud. There's another cloud. There's a couple more here and there. Now, this photo, thanks to Eric, gives us a little idea how we can do this. But if I didn't put enough pigment down, and what I've been seeing is some people put this really faint blue down, like that. That is not going to give you clouds. See? If I go like that, that's not going to give you much of a cloudy sky. But getting some real thick goodness of pigment down, just like we see at that photo, it's going to give us some cloud coverage. Check it out. So, do you see, and we'll talk about this more in the workshop, see how it's actually light, but it's dark on those ridges? Guess what? It's just water right now. Just water. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back and do these nice ridges of Eric's painting or photo, okay? Guess what? This water is a reflection of the sky. So you're gonna use the same blue. So whatever your mixture was, guess what? Let's put that blue down. More water, 1, 2, 3. More water. 1, 2, 3. There's like a splash zone over here. I'm so glad you're not here physically because you'd be getting water splashed all over you. And more pigment. There. Look at that. That is my water in the water zone. So, little intermission. Some of you are wanting to learn perspective, and we are doing a thing on perspective. And in my little booklet here, I prepared some stuff for the workshop. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, this is my own personal sketchbook, and you're gonna sneak a peek. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe it's back here. You know, there's so many parts of this sketchbook. All right, it doesn't matter. I can't find it, but I can just show you, right? Gabriel, just show us. Hey, I'll check the comments. Is your board slanted slightly? Sue says, yes. Sue, that's a wonderful question. Thank you for asking. Welcome to our channel. Yes, I am always painting on a slant. No cloud blotting in watercolor. Tell me more, Valerie. Do you always draw a thumbnail sketch before painting? Yes and no, Yvette. The reason why you would want to paint or draw a thumbnail, Artie Ross, is the fact that you just want more and more clarity, okay? The reason why an artist does a sketch or a smaller sketch that's called a thumbnail is because they need more of that vision to become clear before they start the painting. Good, super good question. And Gabriel, I'm not an art. I'm a female. Huh? That one flew over my head. Paula. Let's see. Hi, Tim. Paula says to Tim, which red is it? Oh, I'm using, this red is Pyro Red. This other red is Rose of Ultramarine. This red is Burnt Hematite. What other questions we have here? Hi, y'all, from Tim. Welcome, Tim. A brilliant idea gives one as a gift. Yes. Hey, if I wasn't an artist and you gave me that cool little painting, I would think you were pretty awesome. Cindy, hello, Gabriel. Marie, hi, Gabriel. Artie Ross, hello, Gabriel. And all right, I think I'm caught up. No blotting in the lake. At this point, no, but I did accidentally run my sketchbook into it. So, speak of the turkey. Whoop. Whoop. All right. I blotted it by accident with my sketchbook. Silly goose, I know. Let's look at this perspective stuff. We're going to dive way deeper during the Saturday workshop in September for all you Zoom peeps. So we have a low horizon. As opposed to if this was a vertical and this was a high horizon, this zigzag would be much longer. This zigzag is a shorter zigzag, right? So, for instance, if my person was right here and their head was right there, then their body came down here, then their shadow's right there, right? What if we got a person here? Their head would be on the horizon, their body and their legs would only go to there. What if there's a person on this one? Their head would still be on the horizon and their legs would go right there. What about this guy? He had a little head and dot and there. So if there was a pole, okay, telephone pole, guess what? The telephone pole goes above the horizon. And guess what? The pole goes above the horizon. What's going on? And what if there's one right here? And the pole goes above the horizon and thicker. See that? Maybe there's one over here. Dun, dun, dun. Or maybe there's one over here. So this goes swoop, 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 and up. See that? Maybe there's one here. We're going to dive more into this to understand where to put things. Maybe this was a car. Maybe we'll put a car right here. I'm just looking for a shape. A shape that this is a car. And guess what? The bigger it gets, what's happening? The bigger the shape, the more it comes forward. See that car coming forward? That shape first looked like it was in the distance, right? Like this car. That car's way back there. We're going to dive more into this. If you are struggling with perspective, I'm going to show you much more how to make this so much easier, okay? There was a guy right here. Guess what? He'd be this big. His legs coming down like that. And a shadow right there. Cool. Let's look back at our wonderful picture. I lost my lid. Hold on. All right. Well, if you were with me a couple weeks ago, we did a thing on local color. If you're watching the replay, go back and watch the thing on local color. Thank you for all 12 of you being here. I'm super just honored that you're here. The lightest color in this picture, could you tell me what it is? Let's just go with yellow, okay? And I've got yellow right here just waiting. Pick me, pick me. Let's add a little bit of blue. Not so in my face. Guess what? I'll paint this whole little section right here green. But slow down. Don't paint your building green. From this whole thing, there's a line of communication of green going right through, okay? We have this little non-green color, which I'm gonna go with some yellow ochre. So it's yellow, but it's not yellow-green. I'm just gonna put that just right there on that one side. From here, I'm gonna take this thing called neutral tint. If you don't have neutral tint, that's okay. Just make a bluish gray. This little building of ours gets a nice little dark, tight little top, and then an angle for the other side. Okay. From there, we take a little bit of blue, and this side is the cool side. If you're in the Fort Worth area, Fort Worth, Texas, come join us. Come join me for my birthday, October 15th. I will be in Fort Worth. My painting just arrived from Italy and is now ready to be on display in Fort Worth, Texas with 1,000 other paintings. There are 52 paintings from good old USA, and I get to be one of those delegates. All right, and so if you're in the area, some of you that are on this channel went over and saw my wonderful show in Missouri. Thank you so much. There's some nice green stuff here. Blue green. This was yellow green. I'm going with the blue green. Blue green. Right up in up into the sky. If you're not near Fort Worth, Texas, it's fine. You could just fly out just to hang out. The show is Fabriano. It's been going on for a good minute. Fabriano, I just read about how many decades it's been going on. I should know this, but I'm so focused on painting good for you right now that my brain is not giving me the info. I apologize. So Fabriano is a brand of paper, and they've been doing this art event for a good amount of time each year. 88 countries were being displayed, and now it's still 88 countries, but there's only 1,000 paintings. Look at those greens building up. We're getting some distance, right? These greens back here are cooler, and these are not as dark and cool. Now, you need a brush. I call it the red-headed stepchild, but I'm sure there's a more kinder way to say it. But look at this brush. This used to be a nice perla back in the day. So I'm gonna build up some shadows because the light is coming from this direction. I decided not to demo at the event because I just want to enjoy my birthday. I know, I'm so selfish, but I'm turning 49 years old this year, and practically, I guess, some grown men at 49 want to have like a nice watch or whatever. I'm just excited to go see my friends at the show. And I'm very excited that my lovely bride, my holy hottie, has gotten the day or the week off. Oh, such is life. For some of you that still have to work for people, I admire you. You are amazing. I can't do it. I'm not built that way. God did not make me amazing like you. You see some of these. Yes, Fabiano came out 2064. You're right, Liz. Big fan of dabbling with an old brush. I wouldn't call it dabbling. I would call it texturizing. I'm not much of a dabbler as opposed to a texture person. Now there is some cool little reds in here. That's too far to the corner. We're gonna move that in, and some nice reds there. Dabbler. Ooh. Oh my goodness. My junior high art teacher would tell you you'd probably get sent to the office for saying that. There's some red right here. And some red here. How cool is that? That there is already red by the star of the show. I'll put some orange just to make it just phenomenal with some gouache. So I'm making that orange opaque. For you traditional watercolorists, this is probably not your gig, but it's the way I roll. I am from the school of make it look lovely. I think there's some amazing artists out there like, what's his name? James Gurney. James Gurney, who will use pastels, ink, all kinds of other cool stuff to make it come to life. And that's cool. That's super rad. Like, if you want to stifle your creativity, just listen to the naysayers and give yourself a bunch of rules that don't matter. Or paint that thing like you love it. That's my soapbox for the day. I'm done. Have you seen that meme that's going around saying, I've talked to X amount of people and I'm done talking to people for the rest of the day? I don't get that opportunity. Even though I'm by myself, I'm hoping I'm talking to some of you that appreciate me being here. That's cool. Look, that little red building. This little red building of Eric's. Eric's a funny guy. If you didn't join us last time, you missed out on meeting Eric Kane. Who now is an apprentice of mine. We're working together on projects. And cool. Super awesome, funny guy who just made so many funny jokes during our... Usually I'm the one telling the jokes, but it's so relieving to have another person telling some jokes too. Look at that. And one more little chunk of red. Oh, too big a chunk. Oh my goodness. That was unplanned and just not deserved. So we're gonna call the lifting crew. We're gonna lift that out of there. You know, here's one thing. I hope if you sign up for, when you do the workshops, the Zoom workshops, we're hanging out on Saturday, and I'm going to give you a little more insights that I don't give here, and you get to ask me questions that you normally don't get to ask here directly, and we get to cut loose. We get to take some little lunch breaks together and come back recharged. And then you get to send me whatever we're painting and get some feedback. And then hopefully you schedule something later so we can get you from point A to point B. Nice. Thank you so much, Eric, for giving us this photo. Here comes the shadow. Get ready. I'm telling you now so you don't miss it. Check this out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do, do, do. And I'm just telling you, watch, because you might be like eating a snack or popping open a cold beverage. And here's the top and the shadow part. How's that? Ooh! Oh my goodness. Guess what? So this is not going to work for the rest of the water. So this is why it's good to have maybe, just maybe, another awesome perla that's just can do some work for you with less mileage. Okay? No dabbling. So check this out. And it helps to make these. It helps to make these noises. Trust me. And here we go. Check this out. Oh, more water. What? And then we need what I'll talk about more in the some zigzags. Oh my goodness. Is Eric here? Or I'm just talking Eric up and he's busy being... Oh, you know what? He was preparing to take one of his doctor exams. Liz is here. What's Liz saying? Enjoying seeing interviews, Gabriel, and your Daniel Smith brand ambassador stuff. Oh, yes. Thank you, Liz. Liz just reminded me we have some interviews I've done over the years with a few other wonderful, amazing, global, international artists who I asked 24-something people what's important. Is 100% cotton paper important or not? And here's the thing. It is important. Only masters can get away with maybe some cruddy paper. I'll tell you what, and it's a true... I got rid of that shadow just because this water is more important to me. Okay? I could bring back the shadow. Pew! Pulled from the fire. That's cute. You notice I haven't got back in the sky? Doesn't need to. But, what do we need? this foreground trees. So there's a brush, ladies and gentlemen, that every now and then this brush likes to come out. This is this brush. He's been retired for an Escoda brush. This one. So this is a natural hair brush, which is hard to get. And this is a Prado brush by Escoda. They work pretty darn close. Pretty darn awesome. So check it out. We got some green stuff down here. I need some more blue. Some more green. Maybe some purple. And let's put in some trees. So there's a couple ways we can work. This side looks a little bit darker. So if I start outward and work back to this lovely corner, this is one way. Okay. I might add a little red in there. So I like to change it up. Thanks to good old Charles Reed, who taught us some cool change-up methods. And then I can put a branch out there and build this up. And then work my way back. See this goodness right in there? I can turn the brush sideways and get the bulk of that tree and do some negative painting with positive attitude with my finger. And guess what? I can come back in here. I don't know what you're doing after today, but I think I want to go for a swim. I've been having fun with attempting some water aerobics. I really don't know what I'm doing, but if you have done water aerobics, let me know in the chat. Is it worth buying the little gloves and stuff? Is it worth buying the water noodle for the exercise? I know we're here talking about watercolor, but I'm just kind of curious. If you've done water aerobics, maybe you're not using the stuff. Maybe you could send it to me. Maybe I'll trade you for a painting. I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. Look at that. Lovely. This should be bulkier here. I need a little chunk of Lauren McCracken black on this one. Boop. Doot doot. Doop boop boop boop. Look at that. Guess what? That's one kind of tree. Don't make the other same tree over here. Because check it out. There's some green in that one. So, you know, I showed you two brushes today. So don't take my word for it. I'm going to try two different brushes. So, let's get some green. If you don't have green, you can make green. Take yellow and some blue. Some water. Alright, so this kind of comes... Oh, you know what I'm going to use? You know what I'm going to use. This guy. Do you know what this is called? Put it in the chat. I'll be talking about it in the workshop. I'm not going over it today. But if you know what it's called... Dun, dun, dun. And I'm going to take it over here. And I'm going to start that first branch right there. Dun, dun, dun. Pretty cool stuff. There are so many cool art supplies on the market now. It is Thank you to good old Amazon for giving you. They don't just sell books anymore. I remember when they just sold books. It seemed like just yesterday you could just get a good old used book from good old Amazon. And now you can buy everything, and it can be at your front doorstep tomorrow morning before you even wake. There's branch, comes like this, and then there's some more leaves. Bum, bum, bum. I'll check the comments here just a sec. What do you think of these different brush strokes? Can you tell? Can you tell a difference? Probably not if you're just been painting for 2 days. But if you've been playing around with watercolors off and on throughout your life, you might see that. So this time I'm going to do a branch, and then some leaves. Maybe add a little red to my green. Just change it up. Just oh my goodness, a little. Right here. Bum, bum, bum. Look at right over that awesome cloud. Okay, so fussing over that cloud. Did you know good? Because now we're covering it with the branches. Some darker stuff closer to this ridge, and some more yellow, some more blue. Let's do this little section. Ooh, that's nice and thick. We're almost done. Do you have any questions? And if you are just logging on, this is my PayPal account. If you want to send the 165 today, it's just for you all. This is my PayPal. You can scan it right now, or you can just type in Gabriel Stockton 7 at Gmail for my PayPal and do the 165 today. If you did not open up your email, that's okay. No worries. Don't sweat it. It's all good. Like, maybe I didn't even send it to you, but I'm offering it to you to join us. Artists are so crazy, just painting these crazy pictures. I love this stuff. Thank you, Eric, for giving us this wonderful. And last week's picture did not sell. So if you wanted that picture, just let me know. It's all good. Look at these lovely foreground trees. And there's a nice big chunk of dark right back here. So let's take this dark stuff right in there. Right here. Right there, friends. Okay. And last but not least, take some wet water and just drop it in here. Now, if you use the color like phthalo, you won't be able to lift it. You won't. I'm sorry. But if you used some colors that I've shared with, like with my dot card, you will be able to. Here's this shadow. A little bit darker. That's greenish. It's still greenish. It's all good. And there. like it. And you all know I am perfectly fine with using some gouaches. Bum, bum, bum. Look at that. Well, thanks for joining me today. We went way over, and it's all good. And I'm so happy that you joined me. Thank you so much for joining me for Watercolor Wednesday. I wouldn't be here unless you wanted to join us. So here's some lovely little things down here in the foreground. Ba-ba-ba. Soft and a little bit softer. These are shaded areas. And Tim says, thank you. Love the gouache action, says Valerie. Hey, Valerie. When you are a brand ambassador of an amazing company who makes the finest watercolors and they send you some gouache, I bet you would use it too. I know you would. Why not? Right? I'm not going to turn my nose up on some opportunities. This, my friends, is a photograph. This is a painting. You decide which you would like to hang up on your wall. You know? And personally, I think a signature right here would work quite lovely. And I will talk more about this in future videos. But that's as high as I would go because it's almost a, what do you call it? A business card high, okay? So, again, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. I adore you being here. I will check, see if there's any other things. Paula says, lovely. Liz, glad I happened to get on the live lead. Cheers, Gabriel, to everyone. Paula says, oh, nice. Marie says, thank you. Paula loves art, says, thank you so much. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Marie. Aw, you guys are so kind. Tim says thank you. Sue says thanks. Artie Ross, beautiful painting. Rule of the thirds. Tell me more, Sue. And Liz, never had to use McCracken Black. Now you're getting out your fancy paint stuff. Lauren McCracken Black, my friend. If you're still here, is a transparent black. And it is by far. So, actually, I'll do this. You can take your Sharpie, put a line, get some paint, go over this. And the fact that you can still see that Sharpie says that this is a transparent watercolor medium, as opposed to this. This is not a transparent medium. This is gouache. See how it covered the line? So Lauren McCracken's black is a transparent black. Even though there's several mixtures of colors, he picked all transparent colors to make that black. And it's definitely worth having on your palette. Debbie, I saw you. Thank you, and you're welcome. And Cindy says, see you next week. We will be back here next week. And the last, okay, never used, oh, I read that one. Used for plenty of making when sewing. All right, cool. Divider, Nope, Tim. It's not a called a divider. You know that cool little instrument I brought out? I'll talk more about that. Swimming. Yeah, we are down to 9 and tonight, and so yeah, you won't be swimming. I totally get it. Do you have indoor swimming? Negative painting with a positive attitude! Exclamation mark, says Paula. Yeah, that's one of my fun little things. So, okay. All right, well, I digress. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. This is our lovely painting, and that is our wonderful photo reference. This is not a copy of that. This is making a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of art. If there was one last thing I would do, I would just take a little green right here. Boom. I'm done. I'm done. Take care. I appreciate you being here. All 19 of you and all your wonderful love. I'm just, my heart is so full of gratitude. Thank you, everyone. Take care and message me right here at info@GabrielStocktonFineArt.com, or just go ahead and send the PayPal to join us for September's workshop for $165. That's only today. The price will be $195. All right, take care. Bye. See you soon.